Hello students. I hope that the video that has been given to you in the previous classes was helpful for you and you would have understood what you have been taught, and it would have easier for you to solve the questions related to that. So in today's class we will be studying about goodwill, how to find out goodwill. Basically, what do you mean by goodwill? Goodwill is basically the reputation of the firm, or in the other word we can say that goodwill is the possibility that the old customer will resort to the old places, simple as it is. Okay, so it is the value of reputation of a firm in respect of the profits expected in future and above the normal profit, okay. So we can say like that, if a new business is established and it is earning 10% of the 10% on the net capital employed, but at the same place the older business or the business in which the quality of the product is good, or it is at the favorable location, or it has the favorable contracts, in that case that company is earning around 13% of the profit by employing the same resources. In that case 2 or 3%, whatever the extra the business is earning, that will be termed as your that goodwill. Okay, so what are the various factors that affect the goodwill? The number one is the nature of the business, number two location, number three favorable contracts, number four efficiency, number five advantage of the patents and quality, past performances, other factors like after sales service, goods good customer relation, etc, etc. So there are the two types of goodwill. Basically, one is your purchased goodwill and another is your self generated goodwill. What is purchased goodwill? If suppose we are purchasing any of the business, if we are purchasing any business and we are paying more than the net worth, then the difference between the purchase consideration and the net worth is considered as your goodwill. That is known as your goodwill. So let's assume that a business, the net asset of the business is, let it be 5 lakh rupees, liabilities of the business is 50,000 rupees. In this case the net worth is equal to, net assets is equal to 5 lakhs minus 50,000, that comes to 4.5 lakh. But if we are paying 5.5 lakh to purchase that business, purchase consideration is 5.5 lakh, in that case the difference between 5.5 lakh, the paying amount, minus the net value, this 1 lakh rupees will be considered as your value of purchased goodwill, and it will be recorded as asset in the balance sheet. Okay, so but in this chapter we will be learning how to calculate self generated goodwill, because it is easier to calculate the value of purchased goodwill, but it is difficult to find out the value of self generated goodwill. And what are the various ways to find out the self generated goodwill's value? Okay, here I have written like purchased goodwill is equal to purchase consideration minus total asset minus total liabilities. Total liabilities means whatever is the liability of the firm, that, and PC is your purchase consideration, how much amount we are paying to buy the firm or buy the business. Okay, so we will be moving to the second method, that is self generated goodwill. And in our book we will be doing self-generated, we will be calculating, valuing self-generated goodwill. And self-generated goodwill is recorded as per the accounting standard 26. So so in your exam it can be asked like which accounting standard says that to record, or which accounting standard 26. Okay, now there are the three methods of evaluating self generated goodwill. The first method is average profit method, the second method is super profit method, and the third method is capitalization method. So we will be going to start with average profit method. Under this method also we are having two two ways to calculate. Number one is self generated goodwill, number one is simple average profit method, and another one is weighted, that we will be discussing later on. Okay, so the first is how to calculate. So the goodwill will be calculated on the basis of the average profit of the business, how much the business is earning. So goodwill will be calculated as average profit multiplied with number of the years purchase. The number of the years purchase means average profit, means the average profit whatever the business is earning. It can be. So what is the number of years purchase? Number of years purchase is for how long the business is expecting that type of profit, that extra profit, that is known as your number of years purchase. That is called your number of years purchase. Okay, so the average profit is profit, that is summation of total profits minus abnormal profit plus abnormal losses divided by the number of purchase. Why we are subtracting abnormal profits? We are subtracting abnormal profit because it is not necessary that every year we will be earning that amount, and secondly it is not the normal nature, it is not the profit earned by the normal running of the business. So that abnormal profits will be profit on sale of assets. It is not possible for the business to earn profit by selling assets every time or every year. So that is why it will be, and why it abnormal gains is to be added, because it is not every year that business will be having that much of the losses in the form of capital losses. That is why we will be adding we will be subtracting abnormal profits and we will be adding abnormal gains, and to divide it number of and we will be dividing the total by number of years. So this can be also known as your adjusted profit. This can be also known as your adjusted profit. Okay, now we will be moving to that how to calculate that simple average profit. Now we will be moving to example. So let's go. It is your illustration number 2 from your book only, that average profit, how to calculate goodwill. That is the average profit is given as goodwill, that is average profit is given as 16,500, and that we have calculated. Let's go to find out the average profit. Average profit is equal to 90,000 minus 10. This 10,000 is your abnormal gain. This 10,000 is your abnormal gain. So we have deducted this from 19, then 1,60,000 is for the another year, and in this year 30,000 is your abnormal loss. 30,000 is your abnormal loss. Okay, then the another third year is your 1,80,000, and 10,000 is again is your abnormal gain. So we have deducted this, and in the fourth year there is no abnormal gain and no abnormal loss. So we have not written anything, or you can write 0 as for your convenience, and the total will be divided by 4. So the total is coming at, we have calculated like this, 6,60,000 divided by 4, that comes to 1,65,000. And now when we multiply all these things, we will be getting 1,65,000 multiplied by 3, that comes to 4,95,000 rupees. That comes to 4,95,000 rupees. So hope you are getting it clearly. And now we will be moving to the another question, the same question from your book, question number 9. And don't know, in new edition it might have changed the question numbers, but in the year 2000, in the year it is given like the profit for the first year is given like 90,000, and for the second year it is 1,60,000, for third year it is 1,50,000, and for the fourth year it is 65,000, and for the fifth year it is your given as 1,77,000. Okay, so the adjustment is that in the first year there is no adjustment, so we have not done anything. And remember, the brackets are used only for negative value. Negative values means the profit is in negative, that means it is loss. Okay, so in next year 1,60,000 is your profit given, but 50,000 is your abnormal gain. So we have deducted this 50,000, and the adjusted profits comes as 1,10,000. And next in the third year 1,50,000 is given as your profit, but 20,000 is your abnormal loss, so we have added abnormal loss also, and we are getting adjusted profit 1,70,000. In the third and in the fourth and fifth year, it is very important to see 65,000 is given as your profit, but there is 1 lakh rupees, 1 lakh rupees that we have deducted, we have added here, because it is your overvaluation expenses, and overvaluation expenses on the second hand goods are considered to be your capital expenditure, so capital expenditure cannot be deducted, cannot be treated as your revenue expenditure. That is why we have added 1 lakh rupees to the profit, and we have deducted 15,000, because when this 1 lakh rupees will be added to your asset, that means the value of asset depreciate that value also, and according to this question 20% is the rate of depreciation. When 1 lakh rupees will increase, that means the value of depreciation will also increase. So we have found out the value of depreciation for 9 months, from July to 31st March, and it is coming at 15,000 rupees. So we have deducted 15, because that 15,000 will be debited to the profit and loss expense account. So our profit comes as 65,000 plus 1 lakh minus 15,000, 1 lakh 15. The adjusted profit comes to 1 lakh 50,000. Now in next year we are earning a profit of rupees 1,77,000. But remember, the asset that we have added in the previous year for rupees 1 lakh, and we have reduced its value by 15,000 due to depreciation. Now in this year also we have to depreciate 85,000. 1 lakh minus 85,000 is your 85,000. 85,000 multiplied by 20 upon 100 for the whole year, and that comes to your 17,000. So this, so till now we have done how to calculate that these all adjusted profit. So now we have to calculate that the average profit. So the average profit will be calculated as the average profit divided by the 5, that is average adjusted profit, that comes to rupees 1 lakh rupees. And the goodwill we will be calculating like number, that is average profit into number of years purchased. So it is given in your question. So 1 lakh is your average profit that comes from this place, and 3 year is your number of years purchased, and it will be 3 lakh rupees. So the value of goodwill is 3 lakh rupees. The value of self generated goodwill is 3 lakh rupees. The another example, that is the another formula for calculating average profit is your weighted average profit. So in this formula, in this method, we will be calculating goodwill is equal to weighted average profit, the product of weighted average profit and the number of years purchase. So how we will calculate the weighted average profit? Look at this. We will be calculating weighted average profit like sum on, that is weighted average profit is the summation of weights and profit divided by the weight, the summation of the weight. So let's go to an example to find out how to calculate and understand it more clearly. So in a there are the there is a question, and it is given like profit for the last 5 years is given, and the number of years purchase it is given as 3. So these are the profits given: 40,000, 48,000, 60,000, 50,000, 36,000, and respective to that there is a weight is also given: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Weight is basically nothing more than the importance given to a particular profit. So we will be calculating the product of profit and weights. So 40,000 into 1, that comes to 40,000, then 48,000 multiplied by 2, that comes to 96,000. Like that we will be calculating, and the total of the product will be your 6,96,000. Okay, so the average profit will be equal to 6,96,000 divided by the weight. Weight is your, this is sum of your weight, sum of weight. So sum of weight is 1 plus 2 3, 3 plus 3 6, 6 plus 4 10, 10 plus 5 15. So it comes to 46,400. So the value of goodwill, now we will be calculating like WAP, or weighted average profit, multiplied by NYP is your number of years purchased. So 46,400 multiplied by 3, that comes to 1,39,200. 1,39,200. So this will be the value of your product, that is value of your goodwill. Okay, so now we will be moving to another method. The name of that method is super profit method. The name of that method is super profit method. Okay, so super profit method means super profit is extra profit earned by an enterprise due to its various factors like quality, number of years purchase, establishment, etc., as compared to the other enterprises dealing in the same goods and service. I have written the definition over there, so you can go through all this definition to understand it clearly. So the super profit is normally, in the layman language, if you can say, like actual profit minus the normal profit. Normal profit is that profit which all enterprises earns with the same capital, so without any other or without any x factor. So we can say like that, normally whatever the business is earning, that is known as your normal profit, and whatever the business is earning over and above the normal profit, that is known as your super profit. So, and the how to calculate the capital employed. Capital employed is the total assets, that is the less of fictitious assets and the non-trade investments minus the outside liability. There are the two formulas to calculate your capital employed. The both of the formula is written over there, and the second formula is your liabilities approach. This is your asset approach formula, and this is your liability approach formula. So you can go through this also. The capital employed is equal to capital reserve plus reserve and surplus minus fictitious asset minus non-trade investment, and sometime there is opening capital employed and closing capital employed. In that case, you can easily add opening capital employed and closing capital employed and divide it by 2. Whatever the amount is coming, you can take it as your capital employed. Okay, so the normal profit is how to calculate the normal profit. Normal profit we will be calculating capital employed multiplied a normal rate of return that will be given in your question divided by your 100. So it will be easier to calculate your normal profit. And now the goodwill will be calculated as super profit, that we have already calculated here. That is how to calculate super profit. Profit is calculated like this: actual profit minus normal profit, and the same super profit multiplied by number of years purchase. Whatever will be the number of year purchase, we will be multiplying that super profit, and we will be getting the value of goodwill. Okay, so we will be moving to some of the examples to understand it more clearly. And okay, so now this video will tell us how to calculate capitalization method, goodwill through the capitalization method. Okay, in the capitalization method, basically we are having the two methods to calculate the goodwill. Number one is capitalization of average profit, and number two is capitalization of super profit. Now move to that first method, that is your capitalization of average profit. Remember that we have already understood about the average profit, how to calculate the average profit. So that calculation of average profit will be used here, so be careful and listen it very very carefully. Under this method, the goodwill is calculated as the difference between the capitalized value of average profit and the capital employed. So what is the capitalized value? Capitalized value is nothing but only the thing is how much capital should have been invested to earn that much of the average profit. Basically हमने कितना पैसा इन्वेस्ट किया होता to earn this much of the profit. Okay, so the how to find out the capitalized value of average profit is equal to average profit multiplied by 100 divided by normal rate of return. This is your NRR is your normal rate of return that a business normally earns without any factors, without any special or X factor. That is what it is known as your net rate of return or normal rate of return, that is being given in your question. It may be 10%, 12%, 20%, whatever, according to the nature of the business and according to the type of the product we are selling. So under this method we will be calculating like this, that capitalized value is equal to average profit multiplied by 100 divided by normal rate of return. Okay, so how we will calculate? We will be calculating goodwill, like goodwill is equal to capitalized value goodwill is equal to capitalized value minus capital employed. Capital employed also we have studied in the earlier videos, that how to calculate employed, how to calculate capital employed. So it is easy to us to calculate capital employed, as we have studied earlier also how to find out. So the value of the goodwill will be capitalized value minus the capital employed. Okay, so we are moving to one question, one illustration from your book only. The net assets of the firm, that is your capital employed. Capital employed is given as total assets, that is 7,20,000, that is being given in your question, and 24,000 is the liability. So in the capital employed, we find out the total assets minus the total liabilities. The formula basically explained to you in the previous videos. So the total capital employed is 4,80,000, and the capitalized value of the firm is average profit is given in your question, that is 60,000 rupees multiplied by 100, and the normal rate of return is 10. So the capitalized value of the firm comes to rupees 6 lakh. Now we are having capital employed is also given, then capitalized value is also given, so we can easily find out the value of goodwill. Goodwill is equal to, this is the formula, capitalized value minus capital employed. So we can write like this, capitalized value minus capital employed, and it is your 6 lakh minus 4,80,000, that comes to rupees 1,20,000. So the value of the goodwill according to capitalization of average profit method comes to 1,20,000. Hope this question make you understand bit clear how to find out the value of how to find out the value of goodwill using the capitalized average profit.